Leadership Chattanooga prepares promising local professionals for prominent business, cultural, and political roles through a 10-month leadership development program. Sponsored by the Chattanooga Chamber Foundation, Leadership Chattanooga provides comprehensive leadership training through monthly sessions exploring various aspects of leaderships and challenges facing our community, experiential learning opportunities including a police ride-along, a trip to Nashville to interact with the state legislators, and participating in a community service project with local educators.
It's kind of like a mini Leadership Chattanooga program for 7th graders from across Hamilton County schools. It's in conjunction with the Public Education Foundation's Teacherpreneur program. We worked very closely with Brian Purvis, who's a 7th grade science teacher from Loftus Middle School, to make this project happen.
Challenge people to think deeper.
They were brought to the 17th floor, which has a great view of Chattanooga, and we felt that was symbolic. Here's your city. And while they were there, they were spoken to by a number of speakers talking about the past, the present, and the future of our city.
They went throughout the city to learn more about the art within those specific communities. We regrouped at the Edney building in the heart of the city's innovation district, where they talked to a local artist and were able to do some hands-on art pieces. And then some groups also walked on MLK to learn about the area's rich art culture.
I'm a full-time 7th grade science teacher, and I also coach 2 sports, and like most, I have a family. So taking on this other job was an impossible task without these folks coming alongside. They have planned all the nuts and bolts. They were instrumental this morning while I was speaking to kids and having fun with kids. They were behind the scenes making sure the kids got to the top of the building. There were probably dozens of ways. I have no idea that they helped this morning, but I know they did.
And you speak that language.
Too often we wait too long to help young people see themselves as leaders, and not just leaders in the classroom, but leaders of our city. We have to prepare them to do that. If we accomplish nothing else today, I want them walking away looking at themselves differently.
Our project was to help the students better understand history, hearing it from people in our community who have experienced it. Sometimes when you're in a classroom, you're hearing facts and you're hearing information, but when a person that you can touch, feel, talk to is able to talk to about the same things and in a deeper level, we wanted our students to have that experience.
I started doing oral history projects 6 years ago with my first U.S. history class. I thought, well, I'll do this oral history project, I'll present it at Teachpreneur, and I'll take it from students asking questions and writing it by hand to, recording it with, a video camera and editing it on a computer.
We're very excited that the students were able to get an interview with the subject and that the kids were prepared when their interviews were to happen.
It's been really exciting, I think, to have my students get to experience and kind of be on the other end of history. They get to be the historians, then they're going to get to go and take what they've learned and build something out of it.
Our group really was excited about the outdoor classroom. The teachers at Red Bank Elementary had actually already kind of gotten the ball rolling.
I love being outside, and I've always wanted to have a place where it would be kind of like a classroom. The kids have space to work and enjoy the outside too.
To have this opportunity here, to actually be able to build something like a fence, really put in serious gardens, is kind of starting to hopefully kind of shift our culture and our thinking and getting teachers who maybe wouldn't be outside.
Yeah, and as teachers, we've been working really hard the past couple years on doing problem-based learning where things are really integrated. So out here wouldn't just cover science, like there's projects we could do that would incorporate science and math.
The biggest thing I would say is how well the group worked together. And there were certain things, certain strengths that each individual brought to the team. And I think we really worked together well. Creating this outdoor classroom is one step towards keeping kids interested in the outdoors.
And they even helped us look into other grants that we could get, so we've been really fortunate.
Would be very unlikely that it happened without Leadership Chattanooga.
So what 100 is trying to achieve is give kids a voice, and it's youth-led. So there's 100 projects that they're wanting to achieve or complete, where each project is going to impact 100 people.
When we do work on our projects, we can say whatever we want and put everything on the table when we have our meetings, and we don't have to worry about what an adult is going to say about it, and you don't really have to worry about is an adult going to critique it to something you got in your head that's high, but they're going to critique it that's something that's low. So yeah, you can express yourself here.
Projects are completely chosen by the students, so the criteria can differ. But the project that we did with them is have a Christmas celebration where kids from different backgrounds and ethnicities came together, from different parts of Chattanooga, different schools, and we were just able to share culture. We were able to share foods and just have a great time together. It's pretty neat because it lets kids develop soft skills, and it lets them develop projects that they're passionate about, which in turn will have an impact hopefully on 100 more people.
Youth can do what adults do too.
Kids can have a voice.
Yeah, we can have a voice like that. We can speak out. It's not just only adults that do everything.
The students had all this great equipment that was just kind of there. They used it every now and then, but they didn't fully understand what it was there for.
The leadership group really helped us take what we had and run with it. There was a lot of equipment that had been purchased during a grant several years ago that had never really been used. So we pulled it all together, and Ms. Young said, do an inventory, let's find out exactly what we've got. And then this group came on board and said, well, we'd like to take this and have the kids become the next leaders, which I thought was really interesting to have the leaders of Chattanooga be passing that on to the next generation.
We went in and created this program, training and teaching the teachers, the students, what they have at their disposal.
They really wanted to work with children, but let them really run what was going to happen. So they taught them how to, but then let the kids actually do it step by step.
The principal has a vision for this school. It's an awesome vision for this school, but they have needs. They need to know how to go forward with that, and there's people in the community that can help with that. In some form or fashion, we're gonna be there for them if they need something.
We received the level of training that we needed to teach children, but we also left with an understanding and a learning ourselves that we can replicate this not just with this group of kids, but we can also lead them to lead other children to be teacher trainers as well. It was a powerful and an unexpected partnership that we will always treasure and value. And I know our children will never forget.
It's opened my eyes to things that happen in the city that I didn't have a clue about.
So it was great to have an inside look at the inner workings of our state government.
It helps leaders and business professionals grow personally.
I feel comfortable being more vocal about things in our city. And I feel more comfortable teaching my students about how they can become better leaders.
It's been wonderful meeting like-minded people in Chattanooga that are interested in, the city, interested in what's going on in our city.
I've learned so much, and it is compelling me to do more in the community.
You really start to develop ownership of being a Chattanoogan and appreciating Chattanooga for what it has.
This has allowed me to branch out and meet other people in my community doing different things and be reminded of all the other stuff going around.
Every single session that we had, I learned something new about the resources that we have or the programs that we offer in this community.
It enlightened me on the issues that's facing Chattanooga and what the solution should be.
My knowledge of Chattanooga, pre-Leadership Chattanooga, was just the tip of the iceberg.
We have this awesome synergy going within Chattanooga right now, and I think this class is helping build upon that year after year by giving people the opportunity to see what's out there, see where you want to plug in, and see what you're passionate about.
If you're really wanting to be a part of leadership in Chattanooga, then this Leadership Chattanooga is the best thing.